Hello, everyone. Welcome all students and parents. We at UPS understand that these are difficult and trying times. We all have been trying to find answers during this time of uncertainty where every day things are changing. We have been communicating at UPS with a lot of parents of our existing students and also intenders. And that is why we thought of arranging this webinar wherein we are able to share and also give an opportunity to intenders and the parents to be able to ask questions. We will first talk about how learning has continued over last 2 months and what are the plans in times to come during COVID-19. And then come to specific questions, answering specific questions that you all have. There is a Q&A section that you will be able to see on the ribbon below. You may please put your questions there. Some we will try to answer. We will also have our steering team. We also have here our steering team, which will be answering these queries in Q&A box continuously. Just to share that Dr. Sunil Rai, Vice Chancellor, who was supposed to be a part of this webinar, has not been able to join as he had to travel due to some urgent reasons. But we have Dr. Kamal Bansal, who's the Dean School of Engineering and also plays a very vital role in deciding the academic strategy at UPS to answer your queries. Dr. Bansal comes with a very rich experience in the field of education. Along with him, we have Mr. Manish Madan, who drives career services and internships at UPS, making sure that industry becomes an integral part of classroom. And with them, I am here, Dr. Veena Datta, as registrar of the university. Let me put the first question to Dr. Bansal. Dr. Bansal, can you please share how at UPS we have ensured that learning continues even during the lockdown period?
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Veena. A very good morning to all the panelists and all the participants for this webinar. Veena, let me take you back to the history of UPS. So UPS has always been ahead of innovation curve as far as academics is concerned. I mean, 2003 when we started UPS, we started with very domain-specific program at that point of time, when not many universities or academic institutions were thinking of the specialized programs. Similarly, 2010 when we had a very strategic tie-up with IBM. So that was again the first of its kind, a global tie-up between IBM and any other academic institutes. So similarly in 2015, we were very progressive even at that point of time also, and we collaborated with Blackboard. Blackboard is a very prominent platform for teaching learning. It's a US-based proprietary platform, which not only provides you with a platform for interaction between faculty and the students, but also amongst the students, there is a platform wherein they can discuss amongst themselves. So it's almost kind of a simulated environment of a real classroom. So since 2015 itself, we have been focusing on online education, and we have blended that in our regular academics. So our faculty members, even our students, our entire infrastructure was ready since 2015 for taking up online as a medium of education. And we have blended that in bits and pieces in our various academic components. So when around Holi or maybe around 15th, 16th of March, when it was decided that we'll not have any on-campus activity, so it took us only a couple of days to actually completely switch over to the online mode, and which of course we did on Blackboard. So we gave about 2-3 days time for the students and faculty to settle down at their respective places. And so by around 18th, 19th, the regular timetable was implemented on Blackboard. So we actually, it was almost like a business as usual scenario for us. I mean, just to give you a kind of quantum that we have been covering on Blackboard. So typically every day close to 550 to 600 classes we are conducting on Blackboard. Also, Veena, master classes or industry experts coming to a very integral part of our teaching learning process. So in this time of lockdown, we have ensured that industry experts, they are there in the classroom, they interact with the students, share the industrial perspective with our students. In this period of about 2 months, we have conducted close to 200 such master classes across our various schools and in various domains. Just to give you some examples, I mean, we have people from Rolls-Royce, Mercedes, IBM, Airbus, ONGC, Halliburton. I mean, you name the prominent organization in that field. And we had speaker from the topmost speaker from that company talking to our students. Similarly, our alumni base has been very proactive during these days and has been supporting us a lot. And I'm sure Manish would probably elaborate further on this. But in all, I think because of this platform, wonderful platform that we have, Blackboard, we have been able to make use of our extended arms and making sure that they come to classroom and interact with the students, kind of address their anxiety about how industry is shaping up during this time of uncertainties. So covering all these aspects, we have been able to, I mean, regularly maintain our academic pace. Initially, as per our original academic plan, we were to complete all our academic requirements by 30th of April. And we had planned that by first week of May, we would have our exams. So about 95% of all, entire syllabus we could cover by 30th of April itself. And by 10th of May, the entire syllabus was covered. And for our graduating batch also, we made sure that they graduate on time and they don't miss out on the opportunities, the placement opportunities that they have got, and be able to join their respective organization on time. So we conducted online exams for our graduating week of May. And we also understood that some of the students, they were facing challenges of internet, or they were not carrying their laptops with them, because this thing happened immediately after Holi. So some of them had gone for Holi break and they had to stay back at their respective places. So they were not carrying. So what we had done is we are giving them another chance in July, when we are expecting that the campus would become operational. So that they can come and again give the online exam using campus facilities, where this network or other facilities would not be a challenge. So similarly, for the graduating batch, project becomes a very integral part. So their project defense for postgraduate students, both at MBA and MTech level, we conducted their project defense also using Blackboard, where they submitted their thesis and presented in front of a jury. So that's on another side. Also, we had a tie-up with Coursera, wherein there about 3,800 plus courses are available free of cost to our students. So students otherwise also have been enrolling into various courses of their choice through Coursera. But we have seen a surge of students taking up these Coursera courses during this lockdown period. And I'm happy to share, I mean, close to 5,000 students have registered for various Coursera courses, which are of their choice. So I think in all, we have been able to not only just manage, we have been able to successfully ensure that teaching learning is conducted at par with the regular practice and expectation. And I mean, I have no doubt in saying we have even surpassed the expectations of academic delivery during this period. And we have been in regular touch with our students, and we are getting very encouraging response from them whenever we talk about these master classes, whenever we talk about this online teaching learning process that is happening through Blackboard, because I'm sure they'll be talking to their friends from other institutions and would be now comparing that how the teaching learning process is being conducted at their end and how it is being conducted at UPS. So I think we are fully geared up for whatever scenario may come in the next semester. Whatever be the scenario, I think we are fully geared up for that. So I think as far as for the current semester, whether it is coverage of our regular syllabus, whether it is exams for our graduating batch, and similarly, we are ready for our non-graduating batch also. I mean, what we have planned actually is that currently these non-graduating batch are under summer vacation. So the students who are due for their internship, they are doing their internship, and I'm sure Manish would talk more about that. But what we have planned is once the semester resumes or the campus resumes, we'll have a short, let's say about 2 weeks of brush up session, so that if there are any content which students feel that they need to discuss it again with the faculty members, they can do that. There are some labs, there are some such practicals which we feel that it's important that they do it physically using various machines. So those components then can be covered during those 2 to 3 weeks time, and then we'll conduct their exams again. And for whatever reason, if the lockdown is then we are not able to open up the campus. So almost similar thing we are planning to do again in a virtual mode, wherein we'll again conduct the brush up session for about 2 weeks for our students. And in the meantime, I think some of our faculty members would use campus facilities and simulate the experiments so that those can be conducted online, whether it is for our design students or for our other engineering students. Also for experiments and labs, we have a tie-up with Microsoft, wherein we are able to use there lots of virtual labs, whether it is on IoT, whether it is on artificial intelligence, on machine learning, or on robotics. So we have got those access, and I'm sure as and when it is required in the next semester, we'll be using those virtual labs. In any case, we are registered with the MHRD Virtual Lab Initiative. And again, it was a practice for our students to do some virtual experiments in the past also. So it will be a very easy and very seamless shift for us as far as even labs are also concerned. So I think that's what I thought. Let me quickly give you a summary of what we have been doing. And in the process, we have been keeping all our stakeholders informed, whether it is the regulators, government bodies, state government bodies, all our BOG or academic council members. And we are receiving very encouraging inputs from them also, that this is how UPS has been uh, I mean, it's in our industrial parlance, we call it vertical startup. The moment you have your machinery on place, next day it is connected and it is ready for production. So it is something similar happened with us also. And it is not only academics, we are keeping pace with our research initiatives also. During this period, our faculty members, students, they have been doing a lot of innovative projects on the current challenges as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bina, over
yeah,
to
yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Bansal. This was pretty detailed and comprehensive. And I think that's what is the need of the hour is. And maybe the way it looks like COVID is going to become a part of our life in time to come, and we'll all have to gear up as a university to cope with it. And I've seen the management, the leaders, the students, the faculty not even resting for a minute, and we've been continuously working. So it is that, yes, we are at home, but at home also we are continuously working.
Oh, yes.
My next question is to you, Manish. With the way economy looks, not only the new graduates, but I think the existing employees also are worried about how the future is going to shape up with them, what is going to happen with their jobs. Now, this is the time when the placements is at peak for the universities and the students. So can you please throw some light on how as career services department the efforts have been made so that the students go on and join for jobs and then get the right kind of opportunities as well.
Yeah, so thank you. Once again, a very good morning to all the panelists and all the participants. And I think Dr. Bansal has given a very clear and a detailed view about the preparations which are being done at the university at all levels. And I think placement is kind of an end product of all those preparations and the learning which is happening on campus. As all of us know that COVID-19 is a crisis which has disrupted the entire society sectors. It has not only impacted the economy, it has also impacted the education, healthcare, transportation, almost everything. And it has changed that the way we work and the way we live. And as you rightly said, it will now become a part of our life. But at the same time, I think it has brought all of us together in many ways. One such example is these kind of webinars where we are virtually connected with the entire world, or like we are becoming more responsible citizen and ensuring not only safety of self but safety of others as well. As far as the placement is concerned for the current batch, the 2020, I think we are going very strong on that. As today we stand at 85% overall placement for the university, with School of Design at 100% placement, School of Computer Science at 96%, School of Business we have been able to achieve 80% placement as of date. School of Engineering is again close to 80% placement as on date. Currently, we are concentrating on training of the unplaced students, and as Dr. Bansal mentioned, we are using Blackboard to maximum to do that. And all of us are trying to keep the morale of our students high to ensure that our students do not and also stay updated. And as Dr. Bansal rightly mentioned, that we are engaging them in master classes both by the industry as well as by the alumni. As we know that we have a very strong industry network and almost 500 companies visit our campus year on year for recruitment. This gives us that confident and cushion, as most of the companies are now coming forward and conducting their recruitment process online. As a result, in last 5 days, we have been able to do 50 placements, which is itself an achievement, and I think it's an achievement during these special situations of lockdown, doing 50 placements in 5 days. Whereas some of the companies are still going back to the traditional models, the conventional model of face-to-face interaction. So it's kind of a mix currently, but the key for the students is to be adaptable and agile at this point of time. And these are the challenging times where new roles are about to become more multidisciplinary and more fluid. I think this is we are doing at the currently for the placements. The future plan for placements is post normalization. We are planning to host a special career fair on campus where we will be mapping the industry to the students. We'll be requesting the industry to come to the campus for those face-to-face interactions, which is pending as of now. And at the same point of time, we are also planning to host career fairs in major metros if time permits. To do that, we will be doing that as well. But as I earlier said, we are almost done with 85% of placements, and there are very few students of 2020 batch who are leftovers, for the placements, but still we are going strong for them. Yeah.
Thank you, Manish, for talking about the placement space. Along with this, as part of the curriculum, mostly all the batches that we have and across the schools, the students are supposed to be going for internship, industry internship, and that adds on to a lot of experience and is kind of useful for the final placements. Now, during these times, going to industry, of course, is not possible at all. I'm sure many of the students are interested in knowing that how we as university have geared up to cope up with this situation and ensure that students still learn from the industry.
Yes, as you rightly said that internship plays a very important role in the overall knowledge pool of the students, and whatever they learn in the classes, they have to actually go to the industry and see it happening in a practical manner. But under the current circumstances, as we were not able to send our students for that much needed internship in the industry, as all of us know that the industry is currently not in the shape to offer any sort of on-site training. And the educational regulators were also advising against the same for the travel and all. So we reached out to our eminent industry partners and requested them to support us and enable us to work our students on problem statements and projects through various online modes. And as I earlier said, that we do have a very strong connect in the industry. So industry responded to our request, and as of date, 2,300 plus students of UPS are actually doing online projects under the industry guidance. So we offered our students to work under the guidance of the industry mentors for specific guidance by the industry mentors, while we will be also giving them some kind of UPS faculty mentors who can resolve their day-to-day queries. And as I earlier said, not to our surprise, the industry responded to our request, and as a result, 2,300 plus students at UPS are currently working closely with industry on live projects under the direct guidance, which is kind of a unique thing in many cases, especially for students from core engineering programs, students who are studying management courses, and some of our students who are part of legal studies as well. They have also been allotted online projects. Other than the online projects, and as Dr. Bansal mentioned, we have also allotted academic projects and problem statements to students under in various groups under the direct guidance of our UPS faculty. And all our pre-final students are also undergoing relevant courses and certifications through Coursera, which is really important and paramount at this point of time when the time is for multi-skilling and multidisciplinary. Ma'am. So this is about the internships at UPES. Over to you, Dr. Veena. I think there is a challenge at her end about the connection. So
yeah,
I'll also like to bring up, sir, I would also like to share a few points about how we are helping our alumni at this point of time, if may I.
Yeah. Sure, please.
So as I come to our alumni, we try to help them in all facets of their professional life. We have announced an initiative which is called UConnect. At this point of time, we are not only offering them support for their further studies, where we have announced a 35% flat scholarship in all the courses, in all the PG courses at UPS. So if an alumni of UPS can take admission in UPS for any of the PG courses, and we are offering them a 35% flat discount. We're also offering them upskilling support through Coursera. As we all know that the industry is under immense pressure, and the jobs are being, and the people are being terminated, people are being laid off from their jobs. So we thought that this is the time where we should go out and support our alumni. So we have announced a 5-year placement support to all our alumni. So let's say alumni who graduate from UPS in 2020 will not just take care of his placement for the year 2020, we will provide him similar kind of placement assistance till 2025. I don't see any other university doing that at this point of time, when where placement for the current batch is becoming a challenge. We are committing ourselves for not only 5 years as well. At this point of time, we see many startups coming up, especially after the announcements of the government made in last 3 days. So we are providing entrepreneurial support, where we have done an end-to-end tie-up with WeWork Labs, where we will be providing free office spaces at places in WeWork. We also understand that at this point of time, our alumni, especially those are young in the industry, are facing immense pressure, both financially and also mentally. So we have committed ourselves for that counseling support as well, wherein we shared a toll-free number with the alumni, and they can actually dial it up and seek professional tele-counseling support from the counselors. So I think these are some of the initiatives for alumni. Over to you, Veena ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Manish. Rather, when you share the numbers of the placements as well as the internships, it makes us really happy to see that, you know, the work is still on, and no matter what, our dedication and commitment to ensure that the student learning goes on in all the aspects is there.
I'll just like to say one more thing here. If I mean, at UPS, it's a complete team effort. So placements and academics goes hand in hand. So in last 60 days, as Dr. Bansal rightly said, post-Holi, I mean, I see a lot of, I mean, earlier it was also, but I mean, I see a lot of synergy between academics and the other administrative departments in university, because all of us go for that one dream, one target, which is enhancing our student experience and creating more and more opportunities for them. Sorry, I interrupted.
No issues at all, Manish. You contributed. At the same time, while talking about the placements as well as continuous learning in terms of the academics, I thought it is very important also to share that the mental health of the students is equally important for us at UPS. And we understand that some of the students must be facing anxiety issues and would be worried about their future and how it will unfold in times to come, with so much of news, sometimes negative as well as positive going around. So for the same, what we've done is we have provided a 24/7 counseling helpline to all our students, where all these counselors are actually trained and they are available for the students, and to sort out their queries as well as to help kind of resort to these anxiety issues in these times. There have been a continuous online engagement activities by the student support department that we have. They make sure that we keep doing sessions which are related to entertainment, etc. So we've turned actually the Wow Wednesday evenings that we used to do in campus now live, and there are students who are performing, singing, music, talking to each other. There have been a lot of competitions that have been organized by various chapters and clubs. There are some games competitions, something related to the Ramayana episodes that have been going on, so that they are continuously in touch with each other. There have been very interesting sessions like bring your own coffee sessions, where the university leaders are there and they interact informally with the students, just to catch up with each other and make sure that we are standing there with each other. Uh, Dr. Bansal, okay, I think, yeah, Dr. Bansal, my next question is there. I think it is very important to share over here, and I can see some questions also popping up, which want to understand from all of us that how we are going to make sure that for the post-COVID also we are equally prepared, and how do we make sure that we are going to implement the social distancing norms, safety and security and campus, and at the same time keep learning.
Yeah, Bina, so I mean, I'm sure it's a very obvious question which everybody would be thinking, not only the existing students, their parents, but also the prospective students and their parents. So first of all, I think Dehradun itself is a very safe city, be it COVID or be it otherwise. The state, Uttarakhand state, and specifically the city itself is a very safe city. Even at the times of COVID also, there are not too many cases here. There are only a couple of pockets which have few cases. So while as a city it is very safe, but we have taken very due care, and we are very cognizant of the fact that the safety of our students and employees is of paramount to us. So we about 2-3 days later to when this was declared that we will gradually stop working from the campus. So even in those days also we have been taking due precautions. We have been measuring temperatures of everybody who is entering into the campus. At the gate itself, we have been sanitizing our campus regularly. So we will further elaborate these efforts in the post-COVID operations. And also, I think social distancing is very key. The physical distancing is very key to entire thing. So we'll be maintaining the guidelines, whatever comes from government. And also we are, as I have said earlier, we are fully equipped to handle the situation in whichever way it is proposed to us, whether 30% students coming to campus or 50% students coming to campus. I think we are ready to handle the situation in a very professional manner, especially the hostels which are there inside the campus. Our admin team is fully geared up to sanitize these hostels regularly, keep sanitizers there. We are ensuring, and we have been talking to all our colleagues in various forums which you just mentioned, that please use a mask whenever you move out, or please follow the guidelines which are being issued by the government bodies from time to time. And once the campus becomes operational, we'll not only be supporting our students and faculty in this aspect, but also will be ensuring that all these precautions are taken care of. Similarly, various other common amenities like mess, common rooms, will be restricting the usage of these facilities to ensure that physical distancing is maintained. Similarly, our staff also, we are planning that they go in a staggered manner to the campus so that we don't overcrowd at a particular place. And on top of that, I mean, otherwise also we have a very good medical facility on campus. We have both male, female doctors and nursing staff on campus to take care of any immediate first aid needs. And of course, we have tie-ups with some very prominent multi-specialty hospitals at city to take care of any eventuality. But I'm sure, God forbid, will not get into any such situation. But I mean, we are fully equipped even in the post-COVID situation to ensure that government directions, their guidelines are being adhered, and also the teaching learning process goes on. As I've said, we are fully equipped with our platform, Blackboard. Even we have issued these very specific pen tabs to our faculty members, wherein they can draw they can write equations on these pen tabs and connect it with their laptops. So same can be transmitted to students. And these lectures, these sessions are then recorded and they are available on Blackboard for students to refer back whenever they want to refer them again. So I think whether it is academics or other administrative requirements, we are fully confident and we are fully prepared to handle at both the fronts.
Yeah. So just to add to what Dr. Bansal said, there's actually a team which is continuously working to see that how our timetable will look like and how it has to be with 33% students in a classroom. So for example, if the capacity is 120, then we are making sure that only we hold a class for 40 in one go. We have a capacity of around 13,000 students in campus. So actually what we are working is that at a time we would have only around 5,000 students in campus. So as to make sure that there is total physical distance that can be maintained between them. Similarly, the administrative staff, as Dr. Bansal rightly pointed out, is already working on deep cleaning and deep sanitization. So actually they've asked for a 10 days in advance of information to be given to them so that they can carry on with all the requirements of deep sanitization, etc. There's specifically one question with respect to how we are going to be maintaining hostel post-COVID situation. So as Dr. Bansal rightly pointed out, we have an infirmary in campus. We have a doctor who's a residential doctor to take care of all the hostel students. And it is the responsibility of this team to ensure that the complete sanitization of campus is in place. So that's number one. Number two is the vendors are being given required instructions so that they can maintain all the hygiene and sanitization that is required in terms of the serving food, etc. The third is with respect to the number of students that we can have in the hostel room. We are making sure, for example, if otherwise it was 3 in a room, we are seeing that, whatever are the government guidelines, accordingly, we will have those number of students staying with each other. At the same time, we are going to be carrying on complete education for the students like the government has been doing, so that it is not only about these precautions at the institution level, but all of us are participating in this entire bit at individual level also. Then similarly, as Dr. Bansal said, we are also planning to take about some labs on virtual platform, because you would understand that whenever we are carrying on lab activities, otherwise if there are, for example, 5 students working in a group, then there is a team which is working to make sure that either some of these labs go online, and when they are in campus and for the experiments that have to be done online, face to face, that actually happens with only maybe 1 student or 2 students, and seeing how we work on shifts, how do we work on extended hours. There is another team which is actually also working on how we plan to have the orientation to be in place for the new students, because they need to be oriented and introduced to different departments. So actually there have been meetings to see what part of it can be taken online and what part of it needs to be done face to face. So this is what we wanted to share with all of you in terms of the preparation to face the entire bit when we are all there together face to face. We are actually very excited and looking forward for those times again when we would be there with our lovely students. Our life is not the same for all of us, and I'm sure all of the faculty and the leaders I have here would agree to it. Another question that is also popping up is about the admissions and the examinations. So I thought, let me talk about it, and maybe Dr. Bansal and Manish, wherever you feel you can please add upon. For those intending to join UPS this year, our complete admission process has been made online now, inclusive of the interview process, the faculty interaction and entrance exams, to ensure that we are ready without any delays when it comes to initiating of our academic session. Another question relating to it was that when we are planning to begin the session for the new students, so it is exactly as per the UGC guidelines. We are going to be beginning the new session somewhere in first week of September for the new students, that is the intenders, and for existing students it is in the first week or second week of July. As the time unfolds, we have to yet to see what is coming in the lockdown 4.0, and then we'll make some decisions with respect to when we can begin the campus for students. The methodology used by UPS for the selection process is very robust. Now here I'm talking about the intender students. Our online exams are all proctored. The portfolio rounds for the design students are completely recorded. It is of utmost priority to ensure that all the selection process is smooth. We intend to complete our selection process in time so that we are well equipped again to commence this session on time as announced by UGC, which I have shared is September. For the benefit of the students, we have also launched a UPS mobile app exclusively for our applicants. Once you have applied to UPS, you may download the same on your mobile and log in the same with your applicant email ID. That makes life easy, and I'm sure with this app you will be able to completely update yourself on the process, and that will also give access to connect with the counselors, faculty, and also alumni, which Manish has been able to arrange. This is a comprehensive and interesting, the app has comprehensive and interesting information about your chosen area, which helps you increase your domain knowledge, and also lots of content to live live when you are there at campus. Besides this, we have been organizing lot of webinars like we are doing right now with intenders, parents, and students, getting an opportunity to interact and have clarification with respect to their doubts. These will continue throughout the next couple of months. You can check about these on our websites and social handles. In addition to this, I'm sure you would want to visit the campus and see how it looks and feels. So we've taken care of it, and there is a virtual tour of the campus and the different departments, different labs, etc. that is available on the website. Please feel free to see, and I'm sure soon you will be able to see face-to-face physically also. Dr. Bansal, would you like to add anything over here?
No, I think, Veena, you have covered it comprehensively. I mean, for postgraduate students and for our BPA students, design students, the process is already on for admissions. I mean, as you rightly said, the process is taking place online. Even for design students, the students are able to share their portfolio over various mediums. So the process is on. And similarly, for BTech students, as you rightly mentioned, the entire process this time would be online, from entrance exam to counseling. I mean, I can understand that we have some very specific programs, both in engineering and computer science, and the students may like to know more about those specializations. So, I mean, we keep conducting these kind of webinars, and otherwise also through our helpline and various other mediums, students can get very specific query also resolved or query also being addressed. So I think it's completely taken care of as far as admission processes are concerned, be it for BTech and be it for other programs. I saw some of the questions talking about can I take admission in BTech law using UPS engineering entrance exam? So yeah, you can do that. So if you write and do well in that entrance exam, you can opt for BTech law also. Yeah, Veena, again, over to you.
Yeah, there is one specific question that I see, that is there a proper hostel facility for girls? Yes, there is separate hostel facilities at both the campuses, Kandoli as well as Bidholi, for girls. So there are separate hostels for girls as well as boys. You can know more about it on the app. However, as I said, we are going to make sure that all these hostels are going to be safe and completely sanitized when you are all there. Anything, Manish, that you would like to add?
I would just like to give a couple of suggestions to both the freshers as well as the students who are part of UPS currently and are into the pre-final and final years. And I would like to just suggest that the fresh graduates currently should be more adaptable, and they should stay updated and keep applying for jobs by customizing their CVs based on a position of a job opportunity. They should be ready to work on multi aspects within one job profile. And secondly, I would like to suggest that no one at this point of time, which includes students, parents, us as well, should not hesitate in asking for help, especially for the students. In addition to reaching out to us as career mentors, they should also reach out to their friends and families for referrals, connects, and networking. And lastly, I would like to advise the students currently for upskilling. With global economies, as we all know, that are running on digital platform, it has become very vital to upskill. And this can be done within a short course. As we are mentioning Coursera, there are other platforms as well that may help them in getting that extra advantage in their professional life. So these are a couple of suggestions for the students at this point of time from my end.
Yeah. Thank you, Manish. I'm sure there are more questions that the students have. We can see many, but in paucity of the time, there will be a team which will reach out to these specific students, trying to answer their specific queries. With this, I would like to thank all the parents and the students for being here and taking interest in UPS. At the same time, let me also thank Manish as well as Dr. Bansal for sharing your insights and giving your time. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, and all the best. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you so very much. All the very best.
Yeah, be safe. See you all soon.